What's up guys, Blake here from GuideToVaping.com, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Reuleaux RX2 by Wismec. Now, the Reuleaux series by Wismec has been one that everyone enjoys. I think it's pretty safe to say that this is one of the most popular device series that's come out to this market so far. And one of the reasons why it's been the most popular is because it's been one of the most cheapest, and it's also been one of the most powerful. So what is the best thing that Wismec can do, being that it's got a device series that is so damn popular? Well, they can change things up, improve the device, change it from being just a 3-battery device to also being a 2-battery device. And guess what? That's what they actually did. So that's right guys, the RX2 will allow you to insert 3 18650 batteries, or you can insert 2 18650 batteries. Now, what are the actual benefits from going to a 3-battery setup to a 2-battery setup? So with the 2-battery setup, you're getting a more compact size. It's going to be obviously more mobile friendly, it's going to be more pocket friendly, but the downside to that is you're getting less battery life, and you're also getting 150 watts rather than getting 200 watts. Now with the 3-battery setup, it is large, it is clunky, and even though it's one of the most popular devices out there, its large size is the only factor that makes me not want to use it. So when they announced this RX2 I knew that it would be up my alley. So before we get into its features guys, let's go ahead and talk about how this device actually looks. To me, it's a very beautiful device. I mean, yeah, it was a little funky with it being only, you know, you're used to just seeing this device as a 3-battery setup. You're not used to seeing, you know, this type of actual shape. So the shape is going to throw you off just a bit using in its 2-battery setup, but you'll get used to it, and you'll definitely enjoy the actual form factor versus having a 3-battery setup. On the other hand, what I really like about this device is that you have that button that's inset into the control face here in the front, and then we have that large OLED screen here on the front. It's got a vertical stack display, so it's pretty nice to look at when you're using this device. Now the actual theme to this device, the colors that it's using, I like it a lot. I mean, it's got the gray here on the front faceplate and then gray on the back cover. But then on the side, you have that cyan color. You throw these two together and it looks awesome as shit, to tell you the truth. And as far as this looks, guys, that's about it. There's not really much to this. This device is rather small. And as you guys know, with the RX200 and the RX200S, there isn't too much going on with this device. It's a very simple device, but it offers great performance, great power, and also great battery life. So let's go over this for a minute. The first thing you guys need to know is this device, in its 3-battery setup, you can go all the way up to 200 watts. Now, if you have it in the 2-battery setup, you can only go up to 150 watts. Now, the RX2 chipset, it is something new, it is something improved, but it's still not really any different from what was offered before. Now, it also has an auto switching power output, meaning when you stick 2 batteries in here and use the 2 batteries only, and then it knows that you can only go up to 150 watts. Now, if you stick those 3 batteries in there, it's going to know that you can get that full potential power, which is 200 watts. Just like the other Reuleaux series devices, you can also use temperature control on this device. It allows you to use temperature control with nickel 200, titanium, and stainless steel, and then you also have those TCR modes. And if you are using temperature control, it will allow you to range from 200 degrees all the way up to 600 degrees, and you can fire down as low as 0.05 ohms. So guys, that's what you're getting with the RX2 You know all of its features. Now let's go ahead and unbox this device as normal, like we usually do, and you can see what it looks like up close. So let's get to that now. Alright guys, so you are now looking at the all-new Wismec Reuleaux RX2 Going over its appearance, you can see that we have the Wismec name and logo at the top, and then we have an outline image of the actual RX2 Now if you look towards the bottom, you will see the Reuleaux logo to the left, and then the Reuleaux name, and it also says RX23, letting you know what this device is. When we turn it to one side, it just says the same old thing. It's got the Reuleaux logo, it says the Reuleaux name, and once again, RX23. Turning it to the right side says the same exact thing. The bottom just says Wismec, while the top just says the URL to Wismec. Now, the back side of this box, on the other hand, is a bit different. Much like other Wismec packaging, everything is very simplified on the front, while on the back side it gives all of its details. And with that being said, we got the Reuleaux name at the top as normal, and then we have a little bit of information about the Reuleaux RX23, letting you know just what this device actually has. And then we have a normal caution saying keep out of reach of children, and then we have the standard configuration, which lets you know what is actually included in this packaging. And as you can see, the standard configuration consists of the Reuleaux RX23, no cells included, meaning no batteries are included in this packaging. Then we have one back cover for 2 cells, and then we have a USB cable, a user manual, and one warning card. Now, if you look just to the right, you'll see this sticker right here. It's letting you know it's the gray cyan version RX23. And then the rest of the packaging is basically your scratch check sticker, and then telling you more about the actual company. So now that you've seen the packaging, let's go ahead and open it up. So the first thing you're going to see, guys, is the RX23 itself. Now let's go ahead and pull this RX23 up. Let me give you a close look of it. This is the new RX23. Now it's time to dive a little bit more into this packaging. So the first thing you'll need to do is pull up this foam piece, and that will give you access to its actual components. Once you pull up that foam piece, you'll first see a warning card right here. And then we have the Reuleaux RX23 user manual, and you'll see this USB cable, which is used for updating the device, or you can also use it to charge it if you need to. And the last thing we have here is the optional back cover to the RX23. Now guys, with this back cover to the RX23, this cover will actually let you change the RX23 instead of it being a triple battery device. It will allow you to change to a dual battery device, meaning you only have to insert 2 18650s rather than inserting 3. So we've seen everything there is to see as far as its packaging goes. Now let's look at the device itself. So the first thing we're going to look at with this RX23 is its 510 connection here at the top. Now if you look closely, you can see that it's got 510 threading as normal, but it has a gold-plated spring-loaded 510 pin. And you'll also notice this little juice well going around it. Now, looking over its other features, we have the fire button here at the top, which says JBO on the actual button. And if you want to know how far it sticks out, it is actually recessed on the control face. The next thing to look at is its large OLED screen, which has a vertical stack display. Now, the adjustment buttons here at the bottom have changed just a bit. And if you look closely, you can see that it's just one button rather than being 2 small circle buttons. And then if you look just below that, you can see that we have that micro USB port. Now, this micro USB port here is for upgrading the device because this device is firmware upgradable, but you can also charge it if you need to. However, Wismec recommends that you don't. So just as a note, guys, it is recommended from Wismec that you charge these batteries outside of the device. Continuing on, just like other Reuleaux versions, we also have ventilation on the left side right here, and we have ventilation on the right side as well. And then if we turn it towards the bottom, we have ventilation here and ventilation here as well. Something new to the Reuleaux series is this button here at the bottom. Now what this button actually does is it allows you to take off this back cover here. As you can see, it is in its 3 battery setup, just like the Reuleaux RX200 and the RX200S. However, if we want to convert this into a 2 battery setup, we're going to push this button here at the bottom. You push that, and then it allows you to pull this back cover off, as you can see. Now guys, the way that this is designed is that you insert one 18650 battery here in this slot, you insert another here in this slot, and then your third 18650 battery will be inserted here in the back cover itself. Now, if you do not want this 3 battery setup and you want to use actual 2 batteries instead of this 3 larger setup, and then you can just choose to use the 2 battery option setup, that is available in this package as well. Now, the one thing that I do not like about these back covers and the way that Wismec designed this is that it doesn't have a magnetized door anymore. Instead, it uses that button and everything kind of clamps on. So when you first get this device, you are going to have a bit of trouble actually getting this thing to go in there and figuring out how you do it. However, once you do it a few times, you'll get used to it. This is how you do it. You just put it there where it's supposed to go. You slide those little prongs. If you look at these prongs here, these prongs have to go in those holes. So if you'll put that in there in those holes, it's kind of hard to do in front of a camera, but if you'll get it to where you need it and then push up and then pull down, and then it locks into place. And then when you want to take your cover off, you just push that button at the bottom and then it pops right open. But it's hard to get off. So yeah, in my opinion, that was not a cool move. Wismec, if you want any advice from anyone at all, especially one of your biggest fans, go back to using the magnetized doors. I mean, this is ridiculous. Now, I know why you did this. This back cover here, the 3 battery setup cover, it has a lot more weight since it's holding that battery. And I know that will make that back cover heavy, and you didn't want someone accidentally dropping their battery or, you know, accidentally hitting it on something and the battery coming out so easily. However, I recommend using stronger magnets. Having to do this every time is just ridiculous. Look at me, I'm trying to put this thing on. I mean, once you get used to it, it is easier, but look at me right now. I'm in struggle mode, trying to put a damn cover on just so I can use my device. Not the easiest thing to get off either. Like, see what I mean? Alright, so the next thing we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to install these 18650 batteries, and I'm going to do it in this 2 battery setup. So we're going to put one here. We're going to put another here. And then I'm going to put this back cover on and get this thing powered up. There we go. Alright, so now as you see, this device is finally on. It remembers the settings that I had it on. As you can see, I had it on 41.3 watts, and it remembers that. Now you can also see that it's got that vertical stack OLED display, and you can also see that this thing is very, very beautiful to look at. I like these large OLED screens. So the first thing I want you guys to look at is I want you to see that we got variable wattage here at the top. It says VW. Then we got a battery symbol. We got the wattage, the volts, and then at the very bottom, very small, it says your amps and your resistance. But as you can see, we have it in VW, which is variable wattage mode, and then we'll click it 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then you see it start flashing. Now you can turn it over 1, and it goes to TCNI, which is nickel 200 mode for temperature control. Click it again and it goes to TCTI, which is titanium mode. Then it goes to TCSS, which is stainless steel. And then it starts going into your TCR modes. Next thing we have is back to variable wattage. Now I would go over how to actually use this device as far as the different button combinations that you can use to actually do different things, such as turning the device off, changing it to adjustment lock, going into stealth mode. I would tell you guys how to do this stuff. However, we created a post on guidetovaping.com telling you everything about the Reuleaux RX2 and all its button combinations. So if you're interested in learning how to actually use this device to its fullest advantage, then you might want to take a look at that post that we created, and it will be in the description below on this YouTube video. And that's basically the gist of how you actually use this device. You've seen all the different modes, and you've seen how to get to them, and you've seen what this device, how you actually change from 2 to 3 batteries. And other than that, guys, that's about it. It's a simple device, very powerful, and it's a very cost-friendly device. So let's go ahead and take it back up to some FaceTime and let you see how well it actually performs. Alright guys, welcome back. Now that you have seen an up-close viewing of the RX2 let me know what you think about it in the comments. Let me know if this is a device for you. I highly recommend it. I like the device. It vapes really well. And now I want to show you just how well it vapes. I want to show you how well it actually performs. So guys, as normal, I'm using my Metropolis tank here at the top from Atom Vapes. And I have a Kanger OCC 0.5 ohm coil inside. I have the airflow wide open on this Metropolis tank. And then I have this device, the RX2 I have it in variable wattage mode at 40 watts even. So let's see how well it performs. Now, as you guys seen from that vapor production, producing the vapor is very easy with this device. As long as you pair it with a great tank, like one that I'm using, and then you won't have any issues. It'll be the perfect setup. And that's what I enjoy about vaping. I have a perfect setup. I found the setup that is perfect for me, and vaping is just a great experience. So those of you out there watching this and you're looking for your next device to get, pair it with a nice tank. Get the device, get the Reuleaux RX2, and I promise you, you will not be let down by this nice mod. So guys, that about wraps it up. I'm gonna throw out a few more clouds for you. So guys, as you can see, this is a great device. It's a very unique device and it allows you to be very versatile. So if you want a device that can allow for a 2 battery setup or a 3 battery setup, and you get the option of 150 watts or 200 watts, this might be the device for you. I'm enjoying it and it's very nice. So before we go guys, I want to thank Sigabuy.com for sending this product and letting me review it and tell you guys what I think about it. And I also want to send a shout out to you guys out there. My subscriber count keeps going up. I want to thank you for subscribing to this videos, and I also want to thank you for watching this video right here. So other than that guys, until next time, vape on.